If you have ever wanted to try something like Dungeons & Dragons but felt a little overwhelmed, Sunderfolk is the perfect game to dip your toes into that world. It's fantasy, amusing, and surprisingly strategic, and we genuinely did not want to stop playing. But what captured our attention so thoroughly? Quick disclaimer before we hop in, we did receive a review code for this game. This is a turn-based tactical RPG made for couch co-op. You and up to 3 friends, or just your partner as Carly and I played it, will play the game on a console with your TV acting kind of like a game board, while each player uses their phone as a controller that acts like a deck of cards and a character sheet. To begin, each player gets to choose their character, which are beautifully animated animals, and there are 6 different classes to choose from. You have the Arcanist, Bard, Ranger, Berserker, Rogue, and the Pyromancer. Each of these 6 characters will play very differently and have their own unique abilities, stats, and skill cards to bring to the proverbial table. For example, I played as the Ranger, who got a damage boost when attacking from a distance and had cards focused around a ranged combat style, while Carly played as the Pyromancer, who would deal more damage by stepping in fire, and wouldn't you guess it, many of her skill cards summoned fire around her. The game begins in a tavern where you will need to give the boot to a vagrant penguin named Peril, and then you'll end up fighting off an attack from a bunch of ogres. From there, you'll take on mission after mission after mission as you become the heroes that Arden needed but never wanted. Okay, that's not entirely true, I just thought it would be cool to say. Seriously though, some of the townsfolk will be rooting for you, while others will not. Peril. Each mission is different and has a different goal. You may be playing tower defense where you need to keep your gate protected, or rescuing a beetle in danger, or gathering certain materials and getting out of there as soon as possible. You play on a board made up of hexagons and move your character around it to attack enemies, collect gold, open chests, or proceed to exit tiles. Each level is filled with a variety of obstacles, dangerous tiles, enemies, and goodies. As a turn-based game, each player will take a turn playing skill cards and using items before the monsters all take a turn and the cycle continues. There is a good variety of monsters to face on your journey, from fungal folk and ogres to spiders, wraiths, and revenants. It's not so many that it gets overwhelming, but definitely enough to keep the game interesting. Plus, the boss fights and stronger enemies that get introduced later in the campaign are a fun challenge to tackle. I'm editing the video right now and realizing that the next little bit might sound overwhelming and complicated, but I want to tell you guys, all of these different gameplay mechanics I'm about to introduce you to are brought to you slowly throughout the game and are really beginner friendly to learn. Between missions, you'll return to your home base, the village of Arden. Each player can talk to 3 NPCs during every visit to Arden, allowing you to build relationships, learn more about the story, enjoy some of the dialogue on your own or as a group, and potentially even get gifts from them. But Arden also offers a lot more. You will upgrade the town with gold and materials gathered from your missions. Each upgrade will offer new things like extra items in shops, making monsters start with certain debuffs, extra meals to purchase so you can start missions with buffs. You can also customize your character with new outfits, buy weapons, or trinkets like the healing and strength items Carly and I prefer. Lastly, you will organize the cards you carry with you. You see, every 2 missions you will level up, which could increase your max health, ability, or give you new skill cards and fate cards. Skill cards are the ones you use to move around the map or attack. You can only have a select amount with you at any time, and you'll have to choose which ones to keep equipped. This is how you customize your personal playstyle. Fate cards are basically the game's version of dice. They add modifiers to your attacks and can be as simple as plus or -1 damage, but they can also cause things to happen on the map or grant buffs and debuffs. You have to have a specific amount of positive, neutral, and negative cards, but you get to choose which ones to keep in your deck. This game thrives on communication. Every character has different abilities and cards, so planning your turn together is not just helpful, it's vital. We loved playing around each other's strengths, plus we would constantly get new cards or items that would offer new opportunities and missions. Each player will move in any desired order every round. You'll have to decide what would be most beneficial for the team. Maybe one of you can inflict debuffs to your enemies, making it beneficial for them to go before other players. Maybe you want to swap positions with another player so that they can move farther on their turn. Or you might want to heal another player. There are a ton of factors that will determine what you do and what order you take your turn in. There is a difficulty setting, so if you're playing with new players, then you can definitely adjust that. We personally played on the balanced difficulty and failed about 3 missions throughout the campaign, which when you fail, you can immediately retry it, or you can head back to Arden and equip yourself and be better prepared to take that mission on again. Or if you want to take the lazy way out, you could just skip it, I guess. Of all the co-op games we have played, this one had us strategizing and talking more than any other. The only uncooperative thing here is that the gold and treasures are not shared, which personally I didn't think was really much of an issue because you can send gold or items to each other at the post office in Arden, but Carly always got very defensive whenever I suggest that I might open one of those treasure chests. The game will take you through a finely crafted 3-act story accompanied by the exquisite voice of your narrator, who also voices every character in the game and does an incredible job. We were constantly enjoying the fun accents of different characters.
Old sickness, they would. You gotta trust me.
This may be a trap, but it's our best lead.
We found the story itself fairly interesting, with only a little of the pre-mission dialogue starting to make our eyes glaze over, but we're also not generally huge fans of story to begin with, so if you like it, then you'll probably enjoy this one. Carly thoroughly enjoyed talking with the townsfolk, which is not voice acted. I enjoyed it sometimes, and other times I just did it to pass the time while I waited for Carly to finish flirting with her new avian girlfriend. The game also does a fantastic job of giving you things to name to make it your own. We were eating Bulbasaur and Squirtle from the tavern, collecting candy from the mines, and naming the buildings in Arden all sorts of strange things. It didn't matter what it was, whenever we got an opportunity to name something, we were always excited. And I forgot to put it in my script, but the animated cutscenes that happen before your missions are absolutely beautiful, and we really enjoyed them too. This is one of the most flawless games we have played. A lot of people might be concerned about using their phone as a controller, but it worked really, really well, and we wish more games would do it and could do it as well as Sunderfolk does. It made it feel like each of us had our own deck of cards, and having something physical to interact with that wasn't just a controller really elevated the experience. As for our only complaints, while I personally liked the surprise and challenge of going into the mission's map unseen other than what kind of enemies we might be facing, Carly wished she could have actually seen the maps before so that she could have better customized her character with different cards and items, etc. If you are impatient with people in board games trying to take their turns, this one might not be for you because we could often spend a long time strategizing before finishing our turns. Lastly, getting an option to share our gold might have helped a little bit with some contention. It took us around 24 hours to complete the campaign, though we did spend a lot of time strategizing and talking about what we were going to do. I think the playtime is likely to vary drastically depending on the group you play with. Plus, with the different characters, difficulties, and tons of ways to customize your decks and builds, there's definitely replay potential, especially if you bring new friends. Sunderfolk isn't trying to be a fast-paced action game. It's about taking your time, thinking things through, and enjoying the journey together. Between the cute art style, the layered strategy, and how fun it was to customize everything, this one felt special. Whether you are a couple looking for a chill co-op night or a family wanting a new game night tradition, Sunderfolk is absolutely worth checking out. In fact, you can see some actual gameplay in this playlist right here. We did some streams, uploaded a gameplay video, have some other things in there. I cannot wait to see you over there. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome.